Subreka see boy, ye Echo Bank, Ada Roma, and Waso Yasne, Ama Yede Bro.
Promo at Sumema de Semenina, aha, Abba UTV promo Cassia Social and so. Sekasi obetimi a show abe for 10 times so UTV Ghana so and I'll be PMO our channel 360 on DSTV obetimi a show ho. Promo Cassia de Mano ewo we fie mu. Shano se jumeko bi madaro ma no mo mechi do maseda kese enkoma best point savings and loans no best assurance for sika some insurance won sem nyina ekodan wo mo saso na this way chocolate drink ewie ma won sanka wo ice no so nyu tibigum nanum na pe meat pie bi na fa bosso saso na special ice mineral water ya bujun so papa you two I data sort yen chine pa nti no na metimi akamfo de amawo kase nsema hodo edi mu akotene ebi ene Sabre ya ye kase e attorney general any centralfo edi chemu ni nyina e operation recover all loot e ho ensem no de ho amane bo e omanfo e nyina hwehwemu o maye ene ya namuntu o matu ene de ekọ enimu nso de mo e ba be ye saso ena nurses and midwives o mo ene mo mudi gu form ka so mo nyedwo sabre de o mo so matwen asensenti o mo ba be ko ye nwuma so no makwakobo edwuma saso no my Ghana sabre ye ba be hosti Festag Africa Resilience Festival 2025 eba be koso ewo omai Ghana emu we ene nsem kaye ka ho ena mosomfo abena chei wache mede ba be somo se premo kasi Africa se no enchemu Attorney General Sabri woni nsem chofo eyenhyiemu ede operation recover all loot e kan oro wode ho amanebo ebo man Ghana nyina ntie na ye ho na ye ko ni kuti nsem a wode etuja.
Sometimes you drop the charges so that person will serve, and because the person was proximate to the commission of the crime, they will have information that is compelling enough to prove your charges for you. Alright, so we do plea bargaining, and one of the outcomes of a plea bargain may be an NPA, that is a non-prosecution agreement. Okay, so that means that when we sign the non-prosecution agreement, we usually would immunize that person, grant that person indemnity from prosecution on certain conditions, or sometimes unconditionally. Okay, so it is guided by some considerations in the context of the prosecution itself or the criminal justice system. And by the way, in Ghana we have the Plea Bargaining Act, which is an amendment to attend. It allows the Attorney General to enter public. I have never, okay, and I want to repeat that, I have never approached anybody who is under prosecution now or who will be prosecuted for a plea deal. I've seen on social media allegations that I charge someone and then subsequently I'm asking the person for it. I'm always in my office to send people to come to me and then seek, audience as to whether I am amenable to a plea deal. Alright. The time that the plea deal, we normally don't announce it, to the public. So that is what a plea is. And then the NPA can be a result of plea negotiations. To what His Excellency the President said regarding the freezing of assets. What we froze were their bank accounts. Alright? What we froze were their bank accounts. Okay? But they may have other assets such as houses, okay, apartment blocks, cars, and so on. Okay? Those are the subject matter of the investigation that is taking place now. And as I said in the press conference, which was on the government investigation, I said we normally do contemporaneous investigation of the crime, the criminal enterprise, as well as the asset recovery. All right. So we are using the same approach now, but with this one, it is because once we begin the prosecution, you will understand that they were doing mostly cash transactions. Okay, so take the cash from the bank and then go and give it to one of the directors or one of the staff. Okay, so was very easy, and assets owned because some of them were owned by his companies and so on. In this case, it is a bit different. That is why we have frozen the financial assets, that is the accounts, but we are still doing the investigation with respect to houses, cars, and so on. I hope that makes it very clear for the person who wanted to know the difference between what His Excellency said and then what I said in my press briefing. Thank you.
Yeah, to work as no so far as well as you share a shame as so. Meche Minister for Transport, Honorable Joseph Bukari Nepe, and Asabi Odia said, dear, Ato Airlines, and I say, ye share you, Shaya, Womomutu free, my Ghana has a call in Kunko, Hudono, Emoa, a domestic airlines operators, no, and himself was three. A bano, a isika, and I say, boy, that fair, no sona, was repasse. Womoso share no monte so ha inchemu edunum, a 15%. Was this a nay, she said, ye see, no, a see nya ho dear. Ese o my baby so etimi enya so emfa so nti we dia de sedie ene wo de to omanim no kasa wa bra breakfast in shemu e course no civil aviation for authority ene hyehye sa dwumedie no panyini e de sansemi etu dwa se ese sanfa so de no etimi kofoma ma o my baby a etimi nya ebi nkanka e ba no service sector na sei ene ochiem.
CD has appreciated against all the major currencies, and as such, we anticipate that it will trickle down to the service delivery in our country, the cost of doing business in our country. And you know that the domestic airlines, let me say that because there are only 2 airlines, they have a kind of monopoly that is keeping them to be very tight on their affairs. But this breakfast meeting is one that we use to appeal to them to consider what the road transport sector did by reviewing their prices downwards to 15% and urging them to take a cue from that and also do a reduction in their fares. So we are making an appeal to them. It is only my prayers that they will listen to the request and also review downwards their fares. You heard them saying that they are working at it, considering other factors. We are very hopeful that very soon they would have ended their deliberations and would have seen some fare reductions.
We will want to again appeal to all our stakeholders that we cannot have a perfect aviation sector when we all do not contribute our quota to its development. We want to urge all the airlines, both international and local, to continue to show this commitment that we deserve in keeping our aviation sector safe. At peak times at Terminal 3, we see an overflow of passengers, and to address this, government through Ghana Airport Company Limited is repurposing the Terminal 2 and position it into 2 sectors. One to take care of the overflow from Terminal 3 and host our international travelers, and the other part of the Terminal 2 to take care of our domestic passengers.
Changes in the Yamia say, Ednia Eba. Naisan say, Butae si aban iniso say, infidi ID Juma, Edibe Kahu, and also say Betum Empu Ewa Hono, Yeshunia ye. Na Esanso no, Nipa ye Juanosono, Bonibasin human capacity development, say bit to mo. Na ebe try edwenu so se be ya Ghana for any more mutikwan nyina no amode ahoto announce niji any omobe filiso broni beka say safe whenever they are traveling se be ya the cost of traveling so ebe more
Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association sabre die womo e de atudwa se womo ne mo de gu form e wo June bosomi ne de toso enkono no se womo nko ejuma na se womo declare strike no sabre womo atwen asensen na president e wodi womo nim e ye Perpetua oforian pofo e kasi so se strike no mo koye no mo de kira ban se womo juma mo die womo professionals nurse ene womo welfare esese omane ye adehiade pa e mai sense wo call strike no e de how bebre na aba e wo mu se aban ene wo mo atena se asan akasa ebiodie no mo de to aban anim se de o maka no enimonimu ya no wo mo ensom no mo ni hu djuma anye sa strike no wo mo besan akobio.
Our demand from our employer was simply to have the collective agreement of Ghanaian nurses and midwives, which was signed in May 2024, duly implemented without any further delay. Having monitored the misinformation, disinformation, and the propaganda that have surrounded our strike action, the leadership of the association would like to set some records straight on the following. 1. We are nurses and midwives, trained to provide essential health services to the Ghanaian population, and matters affecting us which are brought formally to the attention of the employer must be treated with the urgency it deserves and in good faith. 2. As nurses and midwives, we do not take delight in seeing our patients suffer. However, we cannot take good care of others when the system does not take good care of us. 3. The GRNMA is a non-partisan professional association and trade union and the holder of the collective bargaining certificate covering all nurses and midwives in Ghana. In its 65 years of existence, the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association has never aligned with any political party in Ghana. Rather, it has worked with every government since 1960 in building a stronger and more resilient health system responsive to the health needs of Ghanaians, whilst at the same time we representing the interests of nurses and midwives in matters related to their welfare and general working conditions. Considering all that has transpired from 2nd June 2025 in relation to the pleas of the good people of Ghana, pleas from our patients, and the timely intervention of the Parliamentary Select Committee on Health, the leadership of the association wishes to state as follows. The engagement held with the Parliamentary Select Committee on Health and other interested parties on Thursday, 12 June 2025 was very fruitful and has paved the way for an amicable resolution of the impasse with our employer concerning the implementation of our collective agreements. 2. In view of point 1 above, the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association's industrial action initiated on 2nd June 2025 is hereby suspended, pending the outcome of the follow-up meeting scheduled for 26 June 2025. 3. We call on our dear nurses and midwives to resume their normal shift duties from Saturday, 14th June 2025. And we wish to assure you that we will not rest on our oars until the collective agreement is fully implemented. 4. We are thankful to the chairman, the ranking member, and all other members of the Parliamentary Select Committee on Health for their timely intervention to set a clear framework for the implementation of our collective agreements. We are equally grateful to the nursing and midwifery fraternity, especially our GRNMA members for the deep sense of solidarity in adhering to the roadmap.
Festac Africa Renaissance Festival, Sabri Wadia Tuja say, Sa Afashe Yebekoso, my Ghana and Krupon and Crime. Ahasi Nebekoso, Nejmedieno, Ebeshasye, Ewo, September, Nede Toso, Edu Numba, Kon Ekusine Duno, and so. Meche 21st to 27th September 2025. Nabra Wo Chiremono, and on a Chief Executive Officer, Emma Ghana Tourism Authority, Era, Wajato. Ono enede sa ensem no etuja mamefo hojeto enede ensem no etuja na no nenam so ema engineer Yinka Aboye ono eneye otiteni chairman oda Festac Africa Renaissance Festival say dwumedie wode ba ama aba be kire se woye ebibrem ni mapa afen so no ya mamre ni amane no so no etimi ahye mu kena ama yesi kasam so mu nyina etimi akabom amana kwanimu.
Festac mpuntu edwuma bia Africa nyina agi atum wutie ne kan ya wo Kenya ya wo nkokro bebre Nigeria ne ho keka ho ne yeso numbers no dawson ebi ye 50,000 visitors 20,000 visitors 100,000 visitors sesia na ye hwehwe 100,000 visitors because ye collaboration between all Africans with us, you know, and Nigeria so they won't say your first cousins omo bapa enti ahoboade de ya prepare organizers ne say omo fi krokro bebre na aba omo already they've been here for 1 month our year preparations and they're going to stay here till September now omo wie omo ejuma enti ahode omo boabo omo ho pa to make sure say the celebration is going to be successful. GTA so yeah their support assure mo cheaper because honestly event omo ye in September yeah tourism month and GTA celebrated tourism month and we are going to take advantage of this program to make sure that our tourism month now celebrates, you know, this time maybe 10 times better than we've done in the past.
Festac is a platform to amplify the intercultural integration. It is a global intercultural platform to bring out the infusion of the cultures from an African perspective and from a global perspective to highlight and to bring out the best of the African culture.
Some of us at this age, we don't realize certain things. Getting a 5, 6, 7-year-old to sit back and look at somebody and say, I can build with like that guy in 20 years. That may be all the person needs to wake up who they are. There are a lot of things we are doing in sport to bring some sports guys into the thing. We have Azuma Nelson, who's Baba. We're going to get those people up there to those brands that can entice our children to be better. We are going to do all of that. I thank you all very much. To my media houses, you guys have done wonderful. Continue to do a good job. Like Mr. Asempa said, tell the streets what's going on. Let's not stop making Ghana what we want. 2 million is even small. Let's plan to do more than 2 million. So if we fall at 2 million, we can then say we made our objectives. But let's eat bigger. For the corporates out there, if you are not part of this, you are missing something. This is the place to be. This is what you want to be part of. I thank you all very much.
Lawyer Fifi Bachman, Mashaba Makwesi Mintim, and what case to say. Wofwa TV stations and radio stations binuma ya tutumono. I will say, one sheshe and I say, Mara is a faso, and some of the duo mujumano, or more anyano. Was say, Waka Eddie Sisu and answer the four and somewhat honorable Samuel Jata George, Edebetuja, Ewa Mashebejum, Sessa stations ya, what they ebetu jano, womo ni emraso, into one also the of wasopa, say atutum.
Mr. Speaker, may I humbly commend the minister for this move that has been made, and also, Mr. Speaker, to show our deepest appreciation to the President of the Republic of Ghana for showing fatherly love to those radio stations and the media houses. Mr. Speaker, it is established that in every society where law does not reign, we are put in the state of anarchy. We are put in the Hobbesian state where life is nasty, where life is short, and where life is brutish. Mr. Speaker, insofar as we need to sanitize our system, we need to ensure that pragmatism, meritocracy, and honesty reigns. And this is what our minister is doing. We cannot allow impudence. We cannot allow people to do whatever they like. I heard my brother saying that it is targeted at some people and it is local radio stations. Should we allow, because we want radio stations, local radio stations to go on, should we allow people to live as they want? No, we are in a civilized society, and that civilized society must be governed by rules. This civilized society must have leadership, and leadership must show tenacity. Leadership must show that we have leaders. So I want to encourage him. I want to tell the minister that he is on the right course. Ghana is behind him. All of us are behind him. We should ensure that our society, our airwaves is cleared. We should ensure that our airwaves are sanitized. We should ensure that nobody hides behind anything, behind any authority or whatever, to do whatever they like. Mr. Minister, you are encouraged. Go forward, go ahead, and we are all behind you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Bank of Ghana Sabre wade atuja says ban collateral registry say won share obi kwa akopebosia anase obi kwa akojisika ewo sika krabia na say eye banks na yesi okofo wajapade we say ho document bra kofa we say bra wo mo say Sabre ye fa be for kwan so na yetimi register ne wo data bi obi kwa anya fe na wo paper ebe do so a ebema niema aye ahohare so enti wo mu etu anaso wo de eba se say yetimi ehye ye fa be for kwan so ne ehye sa eye registry no emu kenase de be ya ebema sikasem ehonsem no etimi aye ahohare so.
The economy becomes more digitized. The demand for innovative credit solutions will continue to grow. The collateral registry will evolve to meet these needs by integrating with other digital platforms such as credit bureaus, digital identity systems, and e-government platforms. The goal is to build a fully interoperable financial infrastructure that supports real-time data-driven decision-making and inclusive access to finance. We also recognize the critical role of our stakeholders such as financial institutions, the law firms, borrowers, regulators, development partners, and the private sector in sustaining the success of the registry. The 15th anniversary of the Collateral Registry is not just a celebration of the past, but it is a reaffirmation of our commitment to deepening financial markets, promoting inclusive growth, and building a resilient economy through sound financial infrastructure.
Ghana Water Company said omudi ato dwa se property bi ewo agboba a wo susu se wo modam kuntunase etimi efa kwan bi so a wo mo enya ensuo a wo mo entria honka na eye kasamafo ema Ghana Water wo Accra East region nana yaw berema bane e de to dwa se wo mo epanyini asutire bi oba beyi wo mo wo bo chairman ema Ghana Water Limited Owura Eric Adoma ena di betu dwa se wo susu se sa agboba ho no medan bi wo ho no mo a wo mo nam kuntuna se kwambone so a wo mo efa wo mo nso wa bra wo mo entri ho kono panyin che mu se wo mo tu anamo edi echi wo mo ye nhwehwe mo no kopie so no wo mo se no kore sa enti sa bre die wo ma che wo mo de wo nam eye emara kwan so
ne abehu ni se sa efie ya ewo hoyi wo mo tonsuo na nsuo na wo mo ton no wo mo lines no eye supply lines no eye 3 3 no mu ba ko pɛ ɛna meter boso ti sɛ mu ba ko pɛ na otua ho sika tua kan de ɛne ɛyɛ ne sɛ ne yɛse wo afu a sɛ wo garden nti ne garden na ɛna ɔde yɛ ne dwuma na yɛ ba ha yi me ankasa me de me video recorde obi a oba bebu nsuo ɛwɔ ha track that's long track ibi polytanks esimu here about three of them if not 4 and obi can say me video into oshada begina ha saa na ohwe ya no saa dan ni ene okoe but me am ba ha kra me hu ni cars mienu a omapie a omasansu a omokọ nti no ane say omaye illegal connection owo eye legal connection ba kon two na aka no eni en records mu nti obu nsuo no obu no free na ne awaye ne say wa che fie no mu mienu ene wa ye tank kakraka se de mo amko hu ne ewo the other one no nti wa dwene nkoye wo say ya the other place bibi wo ho but ayemi nwanwa mom say ye nkrofo no ba ha nanso mo ntimi ahuru say there's something wrong because hydrants na mienu ewo fie ho ene wo tonsuo nti no it should have raised some kind of suspicion say bibi wo ho no ma ekoso a enye papa enso amasa nti ne ene abehu nti nokwasem ni ye be ye ne aye hwehwemu ne ehunu ye staff ben ena onim ho bibi anase ye staff ben ena asese enko hunu se bibi sei ekoso na wantimi unraise alarm na amase be board chairman ono ba just 2 weeks kwa woni ye no ono na obetime hunu bibi sa ama ya basa nti no ade a asefem pa omo machine e wo ha nti omo pumping nsuo no gu that underground tank ni ma no more pump ko the other house no na tankers no abefa ediko. It's a very, very serious thing because the number of tanks cars trucks in a day no mean say because me am a number of them are just bako into the idea ebema police for abem na you find out how long has this existed, for how long have they operated at our blind side our bra yen na emra baby emra ma ye kwan say yemfa asem no nto no ye de beto Ghana Water Company here information empo ne beti abase yen staff do kra ye involved say staff ye involved or no you will not raise any alarm because onya bibidi wo ho nto obeka na no atom na mo ba na obeka kire ne ye ko hunu yen staff na ese nko ohunu hu bibi na pretend na oye ne ho se onni ho hwe no ye de ne befa emra kwan so nti esa manfo se information ye hu hia ye pa we me giri ye tip of bill obi de ma ye board chairman no enti ena ma ohunu se bibi se koso no enti wo ohunu se bibi koso bia entwa ye wo ye water connection ye supply lines ye mains ya de no bomodi ama information na hu hia ye papa eno ne be boan ama unsuo atimi aba because obi say na what you know it can affect your line if you're on the same supply distribution mains with him or her.
Municipal Chief Executive Emma Ganot Municipality Honorable Akwitabo and Asabre wadi ato ne manfo upokwase enim se wo hwe pokwase ekwan a eko katapoa na chese egusuwa wo ensiesie mu na wo ka che no manfo se omunyina nka omakoma ento omuyem na nche bia omubesiesie awie ama wo makone abedie etimi ayeboko so wo se His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ehye bose wo behye ama sa kwan no esiesie ampa wo de wo musika no ehye budget no nti se ye disika no enya emma wo mo anase release ma wo mo pe wo mo de bedi djuma se de sefata no mo siesie kwan no ama mo nyina ebo ato mo yem
we ye kwan a ifri pokwase eko katapo ye wo inkrokro bi nso a etoato so ti se dede man eko dede man all the way to the with me far house kapi wo eastern region every side of say nso no start say to na ma ye ya kwan bebre na say it's no way reshipping to keep the road in good check akra kwan way president promise say obema de ombeye amomo kwan we so na call friends second chance Philadelphia asoro side itomusu ebuaye yetime den put a road in good shape kakra with fuel esanso nya support so every community no yede den sisi kwan no amomo timemfo no omunya botre den ema yen It president I promise kwan we die any kwan e pokwase enclave ni na obehwe na ede obeya man it I want to assure the people of Pokwase say kwan we die friends omunya butre ama aban no, and I believe say his excellency John Dramani Mahama obe make sure kwan we am yebeya momo it omunya butre na friends omutwen, but for the meantime no yes no so that na kwan I say mukas no ebe brass. In fact I could remember say the last time a president Oba Pokwase no a second chance okay into a friends a budget more this road will be properly constructed. Who say a kwan ye no eyeka enya ska kuma eyeska edoso yi etino ese ekwan no su eyensu a eyetimi enye ni na de enche etino munya butrema, and I believe say friends kwan we any majorade no I mean yebeyama people of Pokwase and its environs are obia de any budget.
Acting Chief Fire Officer DCFO Daniela Mausi into Sapon Eddie Atuja say enya no kre da se ye freedom judgment for a ombetu omo hye omba bedru ho no no na ensuo krampo eni wo mo ehye no sesansem na ene nam mframa mu no enya no kre opanyini ekasa oni UTV ekasa no wo chire mu se ba no edum judgment ku a de bia no se ye frɛ wo mo se oye ne bia si ba bia omo boa wo mo ho e de omo niema nyina no wo chire mu se enye ensuo nko a ene kan wo di dumja eyeye ebi ho no ma wo mo e de foam compounds nti se ehuro eniema ni bi wo mo e de eye powder ene carbon dioxide ni nyina kabom ene wo di edumja ni to so manfo so bi enyi finitirim na no kre bia enimu sa se wo mebekwa koduru ba bia eja ehye no na wo mo ni eya akade.
Prevention aspect no here me saying say beba ebe senior beko into your intensify education seriously. Seriously, say to the extent say why we need safety cry advice say we preach safety baby obia preach safety, and it's helping a lot, especially in our markets. 3 weeks ago a jebi to Medina market obia ante because there were men who 24/7 anajo into a buy na into one shop pet and a share, and I think it's a plus because you need that baby into education no. I think it's going down well. Ebwa say no obia hu say eja enye bibia eya de papa ebeboa nti no bia ni ada ho oja ho, and I'm happy. But president so ahye bonti enim say ono so de okan obeye ye retooling no minim say enche munya mu behu omo an mai bi after omo no ye nya bi da nti is a new NDC government about no match e boy enim say on be my logistics pen high. Fire service is doing well, but it's unfortunate to come baby as insurance ni car. I don't know the catch them say insurance kwan e didumja because your normal baby didumja ho. I'll take opportunity to enam the educate kakra because anye insurance kwan e didumja ya educate ya, but one person better say ye wo foam compound ho say insurance accident I say eja car share obetimi insurance petrol amunya na fofo ebedai mo your foam compound ho edidumja your dry powder ho your CO2 ho it is because you buy kra na insurance ni mo a na to be ridiculous, but then ya fan say the occupational hazards ni bi it we take it in good faith, but let's say safety a shared responsibility. Enya mo e homodin na yembo e ho ban na ban e na ehu amane sese iska wahin, but e jato baby sese a aban ho bekom, and aban sika obetimi dia yesi hospital e dia aye school nyama no eni bibi fufuro no na e de kwa akoye ade nti mesre se yan hwe hu suyi.
Abusafo ya toka se no so asabre tanker drivers wo muchi wo mo ehyen fa vaco pon kwan ne so wo mo se wo mo kwan ne enye kra nti sempanyimfo amehye nsiesie a wo mo do mo nyuma nyina begu fom ne fa ne bi wo mo frɛ ne sit down strike no o se no na wo mo ebe hye ase akwenam so ama yensem tro ni Isaac Amoaten e wa homa so Isaac kote menka memo wa ha eba UTV Premo kase so Isaac memo wa ha
Oma connect me so me tia mo kan
Isaac mete won ka o Hello Isaac
Hello me aba
Mema wa ha ba UTV Premo kase so
me yo so
Okay, wada ma yate yenya nti yesefa eye valco pon kwan no so enye krant enam so e matanka drivers say sempanyimfo nsiesie a mo de wo mo nyuma nyina ebegu fom emu nche mu pa ne sei
yo me dan se mini aba se ubepiem e wo eye tema valco runabout kwan no a e de call eye pon se e fa eye tema oil refinery na toll no edi pa yenya nti ese eye e kwan no e ade a enye kra e kwan na sei ama wona wotiti ha wona udiga wa ha ka ta efa ha nkanka ne tanka ka akesi ya o fa wo wedi fi ha ediko emiamia ene amaya hodo so no omu nyina ya de ade tia ade sen o ma no teb ye ba nan ba se ye ba ka kese ne se na no kredi emra ye ba bedu ye ya idi adanse se ekwan no ya ade a enye kra ekwan no ya ade a enye na eno na ye tanka drivers ama omu wa ha no ye ba ye no na tete see ye bento mabobo amwano omude omu se nyina abeda ye o asem ni se de kwan no tie no emfuturo e ya ade a efu omu e wa ha ade achi ade sen na wonam kwan no so a se de ototo amnem kwan no omu ahyen ahodo no ebubobo amnem ani entiama e kwan no ya ade a enye na omu hwe se de ye ekwan ye major road na ekoko efa eye to enim ha sei na amaya ahodo so ahyen e ba befa fa wo ni fi ha ko na enam se eye omunyimo ade omudinku dwuma wa hakese na eye fango na ebi ye gas jaframa intino se ka bi epoto bebi ana ebo amenem na nyame anya adom na ka no ko bebi na se eye omulo de wo mu no espele na tese ya de a ebe ye asem kese pa e wa hati inti omas mo ka sha ban nyina ne se ekwan no afro atetia se ya che se aban na nhwe na wanye ho bebi amo mo a acha ye eye 2 months na usumi minu ede ni omo de ma ban sa ban an chi form no wa ma be show mo ete so omo de omo ne mo ku kaka nyina ebeku form be pack omo ka se de si ho nya de a omo betu na omo timi di fan wa ko omo ya fana na ebi akọ eya ma hodo so enti ade a omo ni abre a omo se ene no enya ade a omo eprotest na egbo no omo de ni bre ka atra ban se ekwan no ya ade a enye nti aban me show mo anya sa ade a ebi abosumi minu edi enumi omo anti aban ka de omo de omo ne ma beku form na chese omo apake omo kasa enya ade ombe fafango no e dia ko baby adu
okay enti sabe o mama eya buy no ultimatum na o mama na sometime bia eso odi esiesie ana se no so maka ne se sabe ensiesie a omo edo omo ne manyina be go fom
omo se esan se ekwan no ese yenye ne na ban ba ko na etwa mu no omo di komo aban no hye omo boso obeye omo ehu di kosiye na ewu sa aban ko pra ba de na so aban ya aban nti omo de omo ma aban no eye busumi mienu e de ye na aban hwe na omo contract amra kwan no so na omra meye esan se eye companies that hold wa wa ha omo di fangu hutuma nyina no ye nkofo a omo so ebomodia eye ompecom za se etua tax hold wa de ma aban ti ne de se e wo sa aban etumi ehwe na ekwan esan se eye major road a link a lot of areas you know there was aban etumi bomodi njomo de mo ma aban no ye 2 months se aban no bomodi na onfa na ni cha no behwe kwan mo nye sa de a on be pack yo mo ka
okay Isaac ye beda se ko so afo ani di echi na de be fima ba bia so o ma UTV na hwefo ehun be abusuafo yensem troni Isaac Amoaten na yete ne nkan yeto akase no so arahusem bi esi ewo eye Zaragoza ewo ko West municipality ewo Eastern region nyina eye ejebia etisi eye adankwa enkono eye 9 bedrooms efie emu amanam so ama nahye pa na sare husemisi ewo nkokọ Zaragoza said the medical akano ewo muse eye dumjadwumafo ekopie mu ho no de ne mom omutimi bo mo ho modene enso etimi bo eye adankwa ensia eho ban ya no de entimi anhye
kakra bi na yedu ba bi a efie na eja na tomu no ena yemfa tender no ekwan no na enye ɔno nti ama tender no ɛka menem ɔhɔ ayɛ sɛ nsuo ne atɛkyɛ nti mmerɛ ɛka saa no na yɛbɔ yɛn ho mmɔden asɛ yɛbɛtumi ama kaa na pie fi amena nim na yɛtumi aso egya na no na yɛyɛ no na yɛhu sɛ wisie bi apie fi kaa no ase hɔ ɔno nti no yɛn initial assessment no ɛkɔyɛ sɛ ebia na nipa bɔnefoɔ bi ɛna ɔdigya bi akoto yɛn kaa no ase ɛna ma wisie no ɛda no ho adi nanso so no yɛyɛ further investigation anɔpɛ yɛ san kɔ obiem na yɛkɔ ne hu sɛ dabi baabi a incident no tender no ɛkaeɛ no na obedi bidi a ɛwɔ bɔtɔm bebree ahipu wɔ kwan no emu mfimfini hɔ nti mbra na kaa no ɛtra sɛ bepie fi amena mu a na exhaust no ayɛ hye na ɛma 3 component ɛyɛ heat ɛyɛ oxygen ɛna ɛyɛ fuel ɛka bom a ɛma heat smoke no baeɛ no ɔno ama yɛhu sɛ dabi ɛnyɛ obi mo na ɛbɔ ne tirimpɔ sɛ ɔde gya bɛto fire tender no na mo ɛyɛ mmerɛ na ɛka atɛkyɛ no mu na ɛtra sɛ bepie a heat ne baeɛ no ɔno na ɛma saa deɛ ɛkɔba wisie pie fi kaa n'ase no ana dankora na ɛwɔ mu no bɛyɛ sɛ nkono deɛ na egya no ɛnya effects ɛwɔ so ɛna emu bɛyɛ nsia deɛ na egya no nya ndu hɔ nti no yɛ baabi a na egya no ayɛ friends ɛnya impact no deɛ yɛbɔ mmɔden baabi a ɛnya impact no mu no yɛbɛ concentrate na yɛtumi asavage na ɛnya impact no ɔno na yɛbɔ yɛn ho mmɔden a yɛtumi savage emu nsia a nsia deɛ ɛsane the good effort of the firefighters no yɛtumi ama egya no ayɛ den anspread andu na yɛwie ne hu sɛ nneɛma ahye deɛ na ɛyɛ personal belongings ebi yɛ electronic devices ebi yɛ furniture ebi yɛ ntareɛ ne nneɛma bi yɛtetete saa deɛ na ne nyinaa ahye na ɛdan no egya no totɔ mu no so no ɛsane sɛ egya no ano yɛ din nti no ɛma ɛdan no koraa no ɛyɛ mmerɛ a yɛgu so fight egya no koraa na baabi a ɛdwiri gu ne adeɛ nanso so with our professional no yɛtumi bɔ yɛn ho mmɔden ama yɛtumi ɛsɔ egya no ano nyame nkyɛ deɛ obiara nso ɛmpira.
Area de se mama yegyina ɛyare ho semi so ne ahome premo kaseɛ so yakoba menua bema David Oforisafo bongo di faro de agudie mu nsɛm so beto aso nkɔ bebia yɛbɛwa sesia
Prem to break kaseɛ boy ɛyɛ Ecobank adaroma ɛna waso yasene ama yɛde brɛw